Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another Thoughts video, and this time it's going to be on Gears Tactics. We just finished this game up today, and I'm just going to say this game was incredible. It was quite a ride, and I did play this game on insane difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty, but no Iron Man. I'm not that insane. Iron Man Insane would have been an absolute nightmare. I actually tried it, and I couldn't get literally past the second mission of the game. So we went ahead and just followed through with Insane, but not Iron Man. Took me about 54 hours to complete the game, and yeah, very satisfying, absolutely awesome. Totally loved it. But it's not without its faults. First, I want to say to anybody who likes XCOM games, give this game a shot. It is a $60 title. Unless, of course, you use Xbox Game Pass, then, well, you got it right there at your fingertips. I'm just saying. $5 and you're going to be able to play it. And definitely worth it at that point. This game is very much like an XCOM game, skinned in the Gears universe, which is awesome. I have never played a Gears game before, however, this game is a prequel to the first game, so I didn't have to really worry about any of that kind of thing, which is really cool. First, I want to talk about some of the negatives, and then we'll talk about things that are great about the game. So one of the biggest negatives for me is the fact that this game has what's called side missions, but they are mandatory. So you'll be trekking along with a mission. So the game's broken into acts. There's 3 acts, and then there's a set amount of chapters, and each chapter is a mission, right? But just randomly after you complete a mission, you gotta do a side mission. And what it does is in the beginning of the game, it starts off with like 2 side missions. Pick one. Okay. 3 side missions. Now you have to do 2 of them. And you have to do this to progress, to do the next chapter. Later on in the game, here's 4 side missions. You have to complete 3 of these if you want to continue the game. What? I don't know. It was really... It really hurt my motivation, especially at the very end of the game. Slight spoiler. You're on the last mission, right? You complete the second to last mission of the game, and then the game makes you do 3 side missions. That was kind of a buzzkill. But that aside, the game's amazing. It runs incredible. The game is, in my opinion, more in depth than XCOM in terms of like the combat and the strategy, because there's a class system. XCOM does introduce classes, if I recall, in War of the Chosen. But for the most part, all the units are kind of similar for the most part. In this game, there are heroes, and then there are regular units. So this is one thing some people are going to like, some people are not going to like. Hero units are non-customizable characters, but you have to use them throughout the game. And if at any point they die, you lose. It's just, if they die, you lose. But there's also random units that you recruit along the way. These are fully customizable units, and they can die, no big deal. You can just replace them. You can constantly replace them. One thing, though, that does kind of suck about it, though, is every time you progress through the game and through the story, when you recruit units, they're always better. So there's really no point to really kind of like customize a character and then continue to use that character. You do level up, there's XP for the characters and whatnot, but it takes like 2 to 3 missions for a character to level up after the first couple levels, and at that point, you're going to be getting new recruits faster than you're going to be able to level up a character. So it's just more beneficial to just recruit a new guy. Recruit a new guy. It's more beneficial to do that. So it kind of sucks if you're like really into that customizing the character, making like your own little story with these new characters and stuff. But it didn't really bother me too much. I honestly grew to really like the hero characters quite a bit, so I actually used them for the most part, as long as the game let me. Sometimes the game's like, you have to use this hero and this hero, but you can't use anybody else, or you can't use these heroes, so it kind of forces you to use recruits. And that's okay, you know. I was okay with that, because there's classes, so you kind of want to try to like make your roster with, have a couple snipers, have a couple vanguards, which are more like the tanky guys, because you can get skills to make them like draw aggro, scouts, the shotguns, but they're really heavy on grenades. Then there's the supports who they have healing abilities. They have abilities to buff the other characters, things like that. So that's what's really cool. There's skill trees for each class, and each class can kind of spec into 4 different archetypes. And you beat the game, you ain't gonna get any more than just one decked out. By the end of the game, most of my characters were fully decked out in one archetype, but that was about it. It wasn't really anything deeper than that. So there's replayability in that, if you want to do that, or if you wanted to make sure you had, like, I want to have a sniper that focuses on knocking down enemies. I want to have a sniper that focuses on constantly getting more actions. I want a sniper that focuses on insane accuracy, or, you know, things like this. So that part's really cool, and it allows for more creativity and how you customize your characters, and you can do that with the hero characters. I do think the story telling is better than the XCOM games, but I think the XCOM's pacing was just it's one thing. Like the Gears Tactics, the pacing in the game is not as great as, say, XCOM, but you know, it's their first foray into this kind of game, so willing to let it slide. Yeah, all in all, this game is fantastic. Highly recommended if you're a fan of XCOM or any turn-based tactical game, even if it's something like Fire Emblem or what other turn-based, Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea, things like this. I would still recommend it. Very, very good. You'll get your money's worth. Give it a shot. Basically, like, if you're unsure, try it on Xbox Game Pass. Hell, even if you are sure, Xbox Game Pass is the way to go. It's really the way to go. If the game's on there, I would highly suggest playing it that way. $5 a month rather than paying the full $60 on other platforms. So anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video, and I will make sure I have more videos coming up for new games that I play. All right, peace.